this pen and ink drawing. I didn't have a picture of the persimmons. And so I got her to paint that picture with the persimmon tree in it. That was back when my roof was green. She kind of made that kind of pale, I think. I like it because I used to live in the country, and here I have not as much space, but I have plenty of space. And also, as I get older, I'm closer to things. I can walk anywhere downtown.
Today's episode of Behind These Walls takes us behind the walls of the Cofer Cottage in Smithfield. The house itself has an interesting history, with ties to other historic sites in the county and to the inventor of the self-filling fountain pen. Cousins Andrew, William, and Isaac Cofer operated a carriage and wagon manufacturing business from 1857 to 1888 on this lot. It was called the pump lot for the public well that was located there. On the site of A.J. Cofer & Company were showrooms, paint, woodworking, and blacksmith shops. Andrew's grandson, John I. Cofer Jr., was born in the original manufacturing shop in 1894. He was a graduate of the Maryland School of Law and a World War II veteran. As a wedding gift following his marriage to Grace Welker in 1924, one of the old 1857 workshops that faced North Mason Street was torn down so that this home could be constructed.
He and Grace lived in this house from 1924. Mother had bought it way in advance because she was going to retire. After Daddy died, he wouldn't have wanted to left the farm, but after he died, she was going to move here. So she rented it Edith Hundley rented it for about 20 years. She kind of considered it her home.
Gladys Barlow was the second owner of the home. Her daughter, Sarah Barlow Wright, moved her mother into the home from Oak Crest, the family farm in Isle of Wight County, into Smithfield after a long cold snap.
And the electricity would go off just like this. Yes. So one cold January day, it had been off for 2 or 3 days, and it was below freezing. I knew my mother could not live there, and you couldn't keep a kerosene heater going all night long. So I called and came over to town and stayed with my daughter. We stayed with my daughter for about 5 days before the electricity came on. And I said, we got to do something about this.
The house is spectacular in the fall because of the persimmon tree in the front yard. They are one of the few trees that actually change color as the weather cools, providing a fleeting glimpse of traditional fall colors. They're also known as sugar plums. This tree is one of 2 remaining Conklin persimmon trees in Isle of Wight County. In the early 1900s, Roy Conklin, inventor of the self-filling fountain pen, grew up to 590 persimmon trees in his Days Point orchard. The USDA was never able to determine the exact variety of his trees. An Asian variant, they eventually came to be known as Conklin persimmons. This surviving Conklin in front of the Cofer Cottage is upwards of 30 feet tall and is the tallest Asian persimmon tree in the Commonwealth.
Out front is the lofty old persimmon tree, laden with large orange fruit.
The 1.5-story cottage has multiple dedicated spaces.
And I don't know how many kitchens have 4 doors, but my kitchen has 4 doors. It has the basement, it has the dining room, it has the walk-in pantry, and it has the back door to the porch / laundry room. Now, when we came here, this room was half its size. It had the one room here and the 2 double windows over on this side. But right here, where this chair is where it stopped. So it was about 7 feet across.
The home's architectural features include decorative wooden cutouts inside and out, typical of the 1920s. They're seen in the kitchen and on the shutters outside. Arches are found throughout the home's interior as well.
If you go to Monticello, you will see the very same arch with a little keystone right up there. Exactly like this. I remember when I went there, I said, oh my, he used the same one that I did.